Happy tomorrow, folks. Now, do you want to know what's the most interesting thing about microphones, at least in my opinion? When they offer both a USB and XLR connection. But a common question would be, how does it sound? How do they differ? Well, we're going to find out right now. I have with me MAONO's Cardioid Dynamic USB/XLR microphone. Let's take a look at this, shall we? So to open the box, all you have to do is pull this little tab out and then pull upward, and there you go. You're in the box. So inside the box, we have a user manual, which I will read off camera. We have a... looks like a support card. We have a... Oh, we get an XLR cable with this. Nice! We have a little metal piece because this comes with like a little desk stand, and this is to attach the pop filter to it. We have a... Oh, I believe this goes to the desk stand again. And then we have the actual microphone itself. Woo! This thing looks pretty already. We also got a silica gel packet. Don't eat those. And then that's not it for the box. This comes out, and we have a few other accessories in here. We have a... Oh, this is the pop filter. It's actually quite smaller than a lot of other pop filters I've received. We have a... Oh, this looks like a little shock mount for the microphone. We have the... Oh, this is the actual desk stand, or the little plate that you screw it into, and this is actually kind of heavy. Wow. And then lastly, we get a USB cable. What the... They give us both connection cables. Okay, well, I'm done with this box right now because I want to get into this microphone. They give us both cables. Now, the reason why having both cables really excites me is because now you can make the choice as soon as you open the microphone. Because you don't have to be like, oh, wait, I only have a USB cable and it offers an XLR connection as well, or the other way around. So I am pretty excited about this already. So let's go ahead and talk about the design of the microphone. So now, this one looks like one of those microphones that you would see like, like singers or like reporters. So it's not an uncommon design. Moving on to the body of the microphone, so we have two buttons, and this controls the volume because this does offer a headphone jack right there in the back. We have a indicator switch, which when you plug it in with the XLR cable, it doesn't light up. However, when you plug it in with the USB one, though, it does light up. So this actually also doubles as a mute button, if you will, but it's mainly called an indicator switch. Turning to the back of the microphone, you can see all we have written on here is some legal stuff, which... I mean, it's not the prettiest sight on a microphone, but every product has some kind of legal garbage on it, so it's not avoidable, really. Well, I guess there's nothing really left except let's get into a test with this, shall we? Now, I'm an XLR guy, so we're going to try the XLR input first, and then we'll move on to the USB one. Hello, hello, 1, 2, 3. This is the MAONO USB XLR microphone XLR input test. Impressive. That actually sounded really well. All right, now we're going to go ahead and move on to the USB connection. So here we go. Hello, hello, 1, 2, 3. This is the MAONO USB XLR dynamic microphone USB input test. Okay, that one, it sounded a little bit different in my opinion, but not by a lot. So its connections are really, really good. All right, so that does it for the test for the microphone. Let's check out some of the accessories real quick. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to assemble the stand now. So what you do is you grab your base, and you grab this little stick piece, and then you take the thick end, and you just screw it into the base like so. Then you take your shock mount looking piece, which actually has an adapter that can unscrew with ease. Nice. And then you just go ahead and screw that into the stand. And then you take your rod piece, and then there's a few little holes that you have to feed this through. However, when you get to this gold piece right here, this you actually unscrew, feed your rod in, and then tighten that down. And then you'll know it's tightened because this will barely move. And then all you have to do is just take your pop filter and then screw that onto the other end, and there you go. You got a completely assembled stand here. And then you can place your microphone in there, and there you go. You got your desk stand ready. So this microphone does sound really good. But there are a couple of things that I need to point out. Now, one thing that I learned was that when it picks up sound, it picks it up a little bit too well, and it's best to try to avoid touching the microphone at all time because, here, listen. You hear that? Especially if you do something like this. It's picking up the sound way too much. But if you were to avoid touching the microphone altogether, then you really have nothing to worry about. Another thing that I want to talk about is the stand. So it looks like that the pop filter does stay secure, but the one problem I have is that the rod is just a little bit too loose, because I don't want to tighten this way too much, because if I break it, then it's going to render a pop filter useless. I think a smarter idea would have been if the back piece was threaded as well as the rod, so that way you can just screw it in. But other than that, it's not a bad microphone. As a matter of fact, a lot of things that I just mentioned can be easily avoided. Now, I've seen microphones like this before, and I have always wondered, like, what's the difference? Does the quality sound better if you use USB or XLR, or even the other way around, or do they sound the same? In my opinion, and I could be biased with this one, I still think XLR wins for that one, but the USB sound quality on this one is still top-notch. So my final thoughts, if you're looking to upgrade this microphone, whether if you're even going from XLR to USB because, I don't know, maybe your interface broke or anything, this microphone has got you covered. It sounds good, it performs well, and it doesn't require a lot to set up. I like it, and I may just find a way to implement it into my setup here. Well, that'll do it for this review on MAONO's USB/XLR microphone. Let me know if this is a microphone that you consider picking up, or maybe if it's one you already have. I'm curious to know your thoughts. If you made it this far into the video, go ahead and leave a like on this video, click that subscribe button, and leave a comment on the video. Let me know what you thought about this review. Also, please, turn on post notifications. You'll get an alert whenever I upload a video. Also, one more thing I'll mention. If you happen to catch my own Blaze BeatDown t-shirt, there's a link in the description. If you're interested in getting one of these, then you can buy one. It's available to the public. Alright, like, comment, subscribe, all that, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a good yesterday!